Oh, I'm so irritated. I just made a video part 2 about Bryan Kohberger, and I had to delete it because I made a mistake about a name in it, and I just figured I'll just redo the video. Excuse me, it's hard to talk. My throat is sore, and plus I have throat issues. I know I'm not going to remember everything I said in the first video, so it really sucks because I really said what I wanted to say. Gosh, it sucks. And I kept using a word too that I wasn't too pleased with, and it sounded stupid saying it over and over again. So that's another reason why I deleted it. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about Bryan Kohberger and how fascinating this case is. And I'm trying not to use that word so many times this time. But why I say it's so fascinating is because usually with a high-profile case like this, and especially how gruesome the murders were, majority of the people are usually on the side of the victims. But after more information keeps coming out, a lot of people think Bryan is either not guilty or that more people are involved. And that is, like I said, so rare for a case this gruesome. There's usually instant bias. They usually crucify the person before they even go to trial, like they're doing Bryan. Like I've said in other videos, you're normally guilty before proven innocent, which isn't right. And that's how it is, because it's hard to wrap your mind around such a case like this where so much doesn't make sense. And that is why it's just so intriguing. Just so much doesn't make sense. The timeline doesn't make sense. You have professionals trying to say, oh, he could have done it in this amount of time. But if you really investigate the timeline, like I said, harsh reality did, it just seems impossible that someone could have done this by themselves. And just imagine if he is innocent or if other people are involved and you have these other guilty people out there right now that are a danger to society. If he is proven innocent, he will never have a life again. He will never have a life again. Everyone will still think he is guilty, no matter if he is proven innocent. He would never have a life. He would never be safe. He could never have a job. Nothing. His life would be destroyed. There would be no type of compensation to give him his life back if he were to be proven innocent. Can you just imagine that? Can you imagine if this was some other type of case and the person's crucified but then later is proven innocent and you're just going to say, my bad? It's terrible. And I was thinking about our justice system, how, a person can have weed and go to jail for 20 years, but a person can rape someone and go to jail for 3 to 5 years. There's been a lot of cases like that, and it's just outrageous. We need to have stricter punishments in this country so that people will really think about what's going to happen to them before they commit a crime. Our laws are way too lax, but our justice system is so screwed up too. I was watching a skit the other day, and it was funny and it made sense. It was this guy, and he was pretending to be very dumb, and he said he would never want a jury of his peers. Why would you want somebody that doesn't have an education, can barely read or write, and and I'm not trying to belittle anyone or anything, but he was saying something like, somebody that's sweeping the street or working at Walmart that's going to decide, whether they go to jail for life or something. Someone that has absolutely no type of law background. The way he was saying it was really funny. And like I said, I'm not trying to belittle anybody, but he was just making a point that, you get jury members that have no law background. They might be dumb as a box of rocks. It could be people that are biased and lie to get on the jury to either put the person in prison or keep them from going to prison. And that happens all the time. So he was saying it would be good, if you people that were actually had some law background and were trained could do that professionally as a job, so that you would actually get good, credible, unbiased people being jurors. And that's actually a good idea. His skit was really funny, but it actually would be a good idea because why would you want people that you don't know have lied to get on the jury and might not have any common sense? Our just law system is just so screwed up in general. But, I really hope that we can get justice for the victims. If Bryan is innocent, then he needs to be exonerated. And if he's guilty, then he needs to face the highest consequences. But you've got to use your brain in this case. Use common sense. Use intelligence. Don't be biased. He is innocent until proven guilty. Take all of this information that's coming out with a grain of salt. We don't know how much of it is true. We don't know how much of it could be made up. We don't have any information about who leaked this stuff, if it was leaked, if it was made up. We don't know if people that originally gave statements lied about what happened. So we don't even know how much information that came from the authorities is true. We just do not know. So stop trying to just say you know exactly what happened and that he's definitely guilty when you don't. Don't say he's definitely innocent when you don't know. We've got to wait until things play out. And if Bethany has information that can exonerate Bryan, they need to make her testify. There's no good reason for her not to have to be made to disclose this information if it could possibly set an innocent man free. I was listening to a lawyer we know. I think he said, I don't know if he said that one of the lawyers, her lawyer, or a judge was trying to say she didn't have to go to the hearing to give this information out or something. I forgot. I've got to relook at it. But that's just asinine. If she has evidence that would prove he's innocent, she's got to present that information. She's got to present that information. You can't screw over someone like that. It's mind-blowing. It's making her look really bad. It really is making her look bad. And it's really sad they have this gag order because people cannot defend themselves, and people are looking bad, and it really causes a lot of bias with this case. It causes a lot of bias with this case because we really need to hear from Dylan, and we really need to hear from Bethany. And with all these rumors and things not adding up, it's not good. It really isn't. So I hope we can get the truth. And gosh, I wish I had the credentials to interview Bryan, because I'm just fascinated with his brain, his thoughts. I would just love to be able to pick his brain and ask him questions. I wish I had those kinds of credentials. I've just always been intrigued with true crime and psych issues and mental health in general. It's just something I'm passionate about. But once again, like I said, use your intelligence, use reasoning, don't be biased. We know very little information, and we don't even know how much of that is true. He is innocent until proven guilty. There's so much evidence that makes him look guilty, but yet there's so much evidence that causes doubt. So we just need to wait until things play out and see what happens. And, hopefully we get justice for the victims. And like I said, if he's innocent, he needs to be free. And if he's not, then he needs to face the full justice of the law. He needs to, I can't even think tonight. He needs to face the highest penalty available if he is guilty. But anyway, I just wanted to just briefly talk about it because, as I said in the beginning, it's so unusual for this type of high-profile case, with the gruesomeness of it, to have become so divisive, as I've said probably 3 times so far. In majority of these cases, majority of the people are usually on the victim's side, but there's so much doubt now that so many people now are thinking that Bryan's innocent. So it's just very intriguing to me, very intriguing. And I'm going to stop rambling. Anyway, if something else comes to mind, I'll talk about it. I believe, as I said, innocent and proven until proven guilty. And I'm sticking by that. Anyway, please hit that like button and that subscribe button, and I hope you have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are.